Hi, my name is Caitlin, and this is the Busy Bee podcast. It is my pleasure to introduce Division I Towson football commit, Zaydaan. Hi, Zaydaan.
Hi, Kate.
Welcome to the podcast.
Thank you for having me.
Thank you for coming. I feel like this is so cool because we've been kind of talking about this for a while because ever since you started football, you're like, I'm going to go D1. And I'm like, okay, mark my words, you will be on this podcast when you commit.
Yeah, exactly. I mean, this is, a year in the making? I don't know.
That's insane. Yeah. Do you think you could tell a little bit about your journey?
Yeah, so basically, I have played soccer since I was 5 years old, and after COVID, it just kind of let the team dissolve. So my friend, Connor was just like, hey, why don't you play football for the team? We need a kicker. And I was just like, okay, I'll try it. I didn't think it'd turn into anything, and then I just searched up YouTube videos. I'd look at tips, text some friends, text some like college athletes, just some tips, and then kind of just took off from there. Last summer, I went to a lot of camps, and eventually the camps that's how you get offers, and then I got an offer to Towson, and I took it.
How did you know you wanted to go to Towson? Was there like other offers, or why did you consider this college?
Well, as a kicker, it's a scholarship offer, which is very rare. Most kickers are walk-ons, which means you have to pay full tuition, and you're just not treated as well. And the culture at Towson and the coaches, I still know what I'm getting into, and I'm not saying it's going to be any easy, but it'll be definitely a place where it's just a very healthy environment for me to be in general.
Yeah. It was kind of crazy how you just started like a year ago and you're committed to D1 because D1 is like a big deal. And it's like, it's kind of crazy how you did that.
Yeah, I guess. I mean, I think playing soccer just helped me a ton. If I didn't do that, then I wouldn't be where I am.
Did you think would you say your journey or your pathway was really hard because you started late?
Yeah, 100%. So I would compete against guys who've been kicking for 2-3 years, and I'd only be kicking for 10, 11 months. So I'm competing against these guys who spent a bunch of money on coaches, who've been, so they've been training for a while now. And I had to learn everything on my own. And then I got with a coach really late, only a few months out from like all the camps that I go to. So I was definitely at a disadvantage, but I mean, I got to where I wanted to eventually.
Good story. On the podcast, like with Fran and Eleanor, I know we talk a lot about balancing school and sports. And since for you, football is kind of a bigger deal, and of course, competing at a Division I, you're trying to go to all these camps and all that stuff. How did you manage that with school for someone who might be in the same shoes as you?
It's just a lot of discipline, and you just need a lot of structure in your life. So if anyone is trying to do that, I would say make your own schedule. So what I did was, wake up, go to school, whatever, dedicate a time right after school, maybe chill for 30 minutes to an hour, get your work done, and after that, go train, right? And I guess also you need to find times to, work out, but you also need to find times to do your crafts for me kicking, right? So, I mean, I think the biggest thing is just setting a schedule for yourself and just take it from there.
Did you think you would make it this far? I guess a year ago, did you think you would be in the Division I shoes?
It was always a dream. It was just a lot. My teammates pumped some fuel into my head, told me, hey, you can really do this. And then I think recruiting in general, just especially as a kicker, can be very discouraging. A coach, so we use Twitter for recruiting purposes, and if a coach follows you, that's a big deal, but then it just doesn't mean anything eventually, right? A coach might text you something and then you text back, never get a response after that. So it can be a really discouraging process, but also when something good happens, then I would say you're on cloud nine, right?
Yeah.
You're just, that I think the confidence that you have in yourself is something that's unmatched, right?
And was there a time like along your pathway where it was like, because you were talking about like discouragement and how it can be hard. Was there a time where you were like feeling giving up or almost like, oh, I don't think I can make my goal almost?
Yeah, I would definitely actually more than one time. It was just, it all comes down to what I said. It's just when you compete with other people, and you see these other people who are way ahead of you, and you're having a bad day. So you start multiple things come up in your head. Number one, you're losing. Number two, you wish you started earlier, and three, I forgot what I was gonna say.
It's okay.
I mean, you're just having a bad day.
Yeah.
Knowing that you paid money for a camp, right? So,
And would you say like kind of like how you said your team is like pumping you up that you can go division? Would you think that support really helped you?
yeah, 100%. But I think the most important support in my life was from my family, because they traveled with me, they drove me around, paid for. I mean, I sound spoiled, but like,
Yeah.
I mean, I know the choice guys, like,
Yeah.
but they did all of that for me. And especially my mom. I mean, my mom's like, I know you can do this, right? And I think in recruiting you get a lot of reality checks, but my mom just helped it come to life, and so did my brother, my dad. Everyone in my family just helped a lot. So yeah, it was really nice.
So do you feel like the football community also is like really good for someone who might like be scared to try a sport or like never has played a team sport before? Do you think the sport and like the football community in general is just something to get into that's good?
Yeah, it teaches you a lot about just becoming a better person, because a lot of people look at football and they're like, oh, it's a bunch of hooligans just running around and hitting each other. But I only played 2 years and I've already but I'm learning new things just about becoming a better person and how I should act in the future with other people and how I should treat myself.
That's good. That's good. On like the other hand, do you have like a pregame warm up, or what leads you to success?
I wouldn't recommend it, but I chug a Celsius before every game. But I would say find a routine before a game, right? So I just told you mine's a Celsius. That doesn't mean you have to be a Celsius, because some people don't react well to caffeine. But I would say find something before a game that you do before every game. Like our coach told us, like Michael Jordan would lay out all his clothes before every single game, right? So just find something that gets you like in the mood, gets you focused. Warming up wise, I mean, everyone makes fun of me, but I take a lot longer to warm up just because I stretch and stuff. But I mean, that's just as a kicker. But for everyone else, find your own thing that helps you focus.
And would you say like nutrition, because I know you're talking about Celsius stuff,
Yeah.
would play a big role in athletes?
Yeah, I drink a lot of water. Everyone talks about like these hydration drinks and energy drinks, but water is like most. I sound like such a food like.
Yeah, like a hypocrite.
Yeah, but like I mean, you see I have my bottle right here. Like I'm always drinking water. Nutrition, just eat well, especially if you're exercising. Just eat. So don't fast food. Cut down unless it's Chipotle. I love Chipotle, but cut down on fast food. And then just eat like it's like what your mom tells you when you're young. Eat your vegetables.
Yeah.
So, like and chicken. I like chicken.
Has like being part of the football team, has it taught you something? Because you played like a short amount of years. Has it taught you anything that you think you're going to carry on to Towson?
Yeah, accountability.
Accountability
is the number one thing it's taught me. And I was actually talking about that with my coaches today, and I was thanking them for that, because you can make as many excuses as you want for yourself, but once you learn how to take accountability, then you feel something different, and that actually helps you become better at what you do, no matter what excuses you have. Because everything, especially as a kicker, everything's up to me, right? It's all on me. On field goals, I mean, like a snap and a hold, I have to rely on that, but ultimately, I'm the one who's touching the ball, and I'm the one who's making the impact. So I have to take accountability and learn from my mistakes, so I can that doesn't happen again.
Did you ever feel the pressure sometimes? Because a kicker is a big job. It's almost like what people say, like you have one job, it's just to kick it through the poles.
Yeah.
Do you ever feel like that just sometimes gets you, or like how do you deal with the pressure?
It is a lot of pressure, I would say. Like my first field goal this season, I mean, I was like in my stance and my legs were shaking like mid stance. But then once I got the ball off, like it was fine. But I guess how I deal with it is I just do a lot of like, it sounds cliche, but like breathing, like, in for a certain amount, hold for a certain amount, out for a certain amount, right? And that helps, lower your heart rate, and I guess breathing, and also I just imagine that there's nothing around me. So I tune out the noise, I tune out the crowd, even my own teammates trying to hype me up. I do all that, and I just do my job, I guess.
I guess like, because you're on a field like that, and in like a example, if your team is like not doing as well, a good team should, keep the spirits up. And you said a lot of highly things about your teammates, how they've been pumping you up. How do you guys keep positive or keep the energy up when maybe potentially the score is not as what you hope to be?
I would just say if someone's making a mistake or someone's not having a good day, instead of being like, hey, what are you doing? Be like, hey, because if you grill someone, that's not going to work. Right?
Yeah.
But if you tell them what to do, they'll do it and they'll do better, right? So it's I don't. It's easier said than done because the emotions are all there and everyone's riled up and everyone's angry or upset.
Yeah.
But I would say what I've done and what people have done to me too, right? Because I'm not perfect, right? They're like, hey, you got the next one. And I would say to everyone, like, this is advice, like, your own value and your own worth, right? So if you're ever doubting that, just remember the reason you're on the field.
Back to like the recruiting process for someone who might, because you just started 2 years ago, who might be in the same shoes, who wants to potentially commit and has very little experience. How does the recruiting process go about?
So train, and then in summer go to any camps. So there's like, go to college camps. I would say they're like high D1 camps. I would only go to that if you're super 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 confident you can compete in those. And there's like lower D1 camps, like and then there's also mega camps where there's a bunch of schools. So what I would say is train your butt off, and then when the time comes in summer, just go to camps, talk to coaches, use Twitter, right? Tweet out your highlights, tweet out you training, do whatever you can to get your name out there, and someone will find you eventually. For me in Towson, I posted film like of me just training. The coach saw it, DM'd me, invited me to camp. I went to camp. I won the camp, and then they offered me a few months later because they just wanted to see some in-game film.
How does the training camps usually work? Do you just sign up and like head there? Like what goes about?
Yeah, so you sign up. You have to pay for it. It's usually about like, I don't know. It varies from camp to camp. You go there. They measure you, weigh you. They even measure like your hands. It's weird. I don't know why they do that. But and then you just, as a kicker, I mean, it's pretty straightforward. Field goal competition, kickoff, punt, right? What I've seen for other positions is they make you run like your 40-yard dash. They make you run your 5-10 fives. They make you run. They make you do your broad jumps. They make you do all that. So I would just, that's how it is. And it can be really nerve-wracking going into it. And you might look at everyone else and be like, oh, this guy looks good. Just focus on yourself and what you can do.
That's amazing. Like, did you think that all the training would pay off at this point?
So my training, like, it went well, and then I had days where it didn't go well. It's back to the discouragement. So I trained, and it did pay off, obviously, because if I hadn't done it, I wouldn't have gotten anywhere.
Yeah.
But I mean, there's obviously, you're not going to be perfect at every single camp.
Yeah.
Right? I traveled to camps that there were good amount of camps where I did not do well, right? Just an off day, or it was my fault, or I'm one kick away from doing something and I don't do it, right? So I would say the training does pay off, but not every camp is going to be perfect.
Yeah. Like, how has the training camps, like, training as hard? Because, like you said, like, you have to train so much before the camps, like, right after football season and stuff. How has that impacted almost how everything went and where your position is now?
I mean, if you don't train after football season, right, then you're not going to you're going to be right where you are the next year, or you might be worse because you'll be rusty, right? So, I mean, without that hard work and training and dedication, you're not going to perform your best and reach your potential. I still haven't reached my potential, and I mean, I don't think anyone really has, but like as a kicker, I'm saying that as a kicker, but like you can always get better. But I would just say, if you don't train, you're gonna be nowhere near you need to be. What
is your training off season routine? Not routine almost, but what do you do? How often do you do it?
So I'll usually lift 3 times a week, not all legs, and then I kick about 2 to 3 times a week. So you shouldn't kick every day, just because, I mean, no one's gonna understand that.
Yeah.
But you shouldn't. It's just not good for your leg. But like my routine right now is I lift Tuesday, Thursday, Sunday, and I kick Saturday, Monday, Friday, or Saturday, Monday, Wednesday.
And what's the kicking routine? Is there like a specific thing you have to do? Because I know for lacrosse players, it's for if they're practicing or off season, it's like one hand, right hand, and then left hand, and then switch. And there's a bunch of routines. What is the kicking your special routine?
Yeah, so on field goals, you take 3 steps, right? But basically you do a build-up process. So you go no steps, where you just plant your foot and you swing. That helps with like your contact on the ball. Then you go 1 steps, which helps you just like get flowing and get your contact right. And then eventually you'll go to your full 3 steps, right? And I mean, I had people, they're like, you just kick a ball, like, just do that. I'm like,
I think that's like the stereotype.
I'm like, well, it's a build-up process. I can't kick my best if I don't do that. With punting, it's just like you just focus on how you drop the ball, and how the ball's like pointed around. I'm still working on that and trying to get better.
Is this something you're new at? Because I feel like you kick more than you punt usually, right? Or do you also punt for your high school team?
Yeah, I punt for my school. It's definitely, I'm naturally a kicker, but punting wise, I'm getting there. I got recruited for punting.
Oh, you got recruited for punting?
Yeah, and kicking. For like, it's called a combo. If you can do both. But I mean, I'm still developing as a punter.
You think your punting is like not as strong as your kicking right now?
Yeah, it's not as strong.
Not as strong. Yeah. If you could play any other position, what would you play?
Probably like tight end.
Tight end?
Yeah, because no one knows, but I'm not slow. I'm actually kind of fast. Right? But and I'm pretty big even for a kicker. So I mean, I'd like to play tight end.
Tight end?
Get some points and block and everything. Yeah.
So what are you most excited about going to Towson?
I'm excited for just like, it's so, like any college you go to, it's just heavily focused on I don't know how to say it, but it's just like, I don't want to say the attention, but it's more just like there's even more effort put into what you do. So for me, I'm just looking forward to being around other people who have similar goals to me and other kickers who who I can relate to and learn from. And I'm not getting a bad education from this too. So
do you know what you exactly going to major in?
No, I applied already. I applied undecided. But most likely I'll do something like pre-med.
Pre-med? Yeah. Do you see yourself potentially going further than college? I had to ask.
Yeah. I mean, it's that's like a dream. And I've taken 1 big step to get there. But I mean, I seem to keep getting better and doing my thing. And I like to focus on short-term goals to get to my long-term goals, and I want to focus on what I can control and not what I cannot control, right? So if I focus on what I can control and I focus on just little steps, so I got recruited, now next step, start, right? And then step after that, have a good season, right? So if I keep stacking up these small goals, I think I could, it's a very small percentage, but all I want to know is that I gave my best shot to do what I want to.
Yeah, that's really good. That's such a cool story. Do you say you have someone like you look up to that is also maybe a kicker or someone like that?
I honestly, no, I really don't think I do. I'd say I look up to kickers in like how they play, but in terms of like an idol, I'd say my idols are more soccer players, I guess.
Yeah.
That's not because it doesn't matter. It's just like how they work, I guess. Right. So there are a lot of players who, even in the NFL, who they stay after practice, get work, and they it's all behind the scenes. You can't see it, right? But
did you ever play any other sports in high school or wanted to play besides soccer?
My school, the team, isn't the soccer team isn't the greatest, right? So I was like, okay, I'll play travel, but that was also after COVID, and then travel ended, and then I just went to football, and I never really had any interest in doing anything else.
Did you feel like the football training took a lot of the time?
I would say, in winter it's not too much because it's freezing and you can get hurt more, but I would say like it was constant like training and working out but I also made sure to maintain relationships that I have with different people.
Did you feel like that as being in season and stuff? Like I know we talked about this earlier, like time management was very important for football. And do you think, because you're going to be a student athlete in college too, and college is like the big dogs of education, do you feel like that is also important? Yeah,
that's important. My junior year was my first time I played a high school sport in general, right? So I started out as I was always a good student, but when it came my first season playing high school sports, it was a whole other ball game. Procrastination and just you're tired and you just don't want to do anything, right? So when I first became a student athlete, it was really hard for me, right? Because I was tired, I didn't want to do work, and it's junior year, everyone's like, oh, junior year, most important, right? But eventually you end up finding that balance, and it's back to the routine and schedule I was talking about. You just need to find what works for you.
And what is your student athlete routine? Because I feel like 90% of student athletes struggle with this, and it can lead to decrease in grades, which could hurt them more than they know, because schools also look at your academics.
Yeah, so it's different between last year and this year, just because I have a half-day schedule this year. But since mostly everyone has a full day, I'll go with that.
Okay.
With a full day, I would say when you get the chance to do it in class, do it in class, right? If I understand, trust me, I'm the number one guy. When I want to be with my friends, I'm with my friends. I'm not focused on anything else. But if it's lunchtime and you literally have nothing to do it. If you need help, go ask, because teachers, it's their job to help you, and they actually enjoy helping you, right? After school, that's hard. I'm not gonna sugarcoat it. It's hard, but you shouldn't let that discourage you from playing sports in general. I just think once you find a routine. So my routine was I'd come home, I'd eat right away, shower, and then after you shower, if you want downtime, have downtime, but then right after you shower, your downtime, you get to work, and you basically write all your homework down, or just type it in your notes app and do a bullet checklist, right? Because when you write everything down, it seems so much less work.
Yeah.
When you're thinking about it in your head, it's not the same, right? So write everything down, go one by one. If you need help from other people, get the help from other people. And yeah.
Yeah. That's good. Because I know it is hard. I've been there.
It's so hard.
Especially like after games and you're traveling
Yeah.
far and you have to come back and you're like, shoot, an assignment is due that night.
The worst is when we had Thursday games and we get back at 10 o'clock and you have a test the next day.
Yeah, that's the worst.
It's the worst.
Did you think that football, because through sports, I know a lot of people meet a lot of people and stuff. Do you think you met a lot of people who helped you along the way or encouraged you, or just someone who might, like a new friend?
I definitely developed a lot of relationships and it opened my network in general. So, I mean, I met a kid from another school who played football, and he knew a kicker in college. So he got me in touch with that kicker, and that kicker, I did what I did. I just gave advice. I reach out, and he helped me. He actually helped me a good amount with my kicking. I'm not gonna lie. And I would say just develop through football. You develop relationships and connections, and you don't realize how important those connections are until they actually do something for you.
Yeah.
Right. So I would say football has definitely opened my social
Your social network.
Yeah.
It's cool. Okay, so now we're gonna play a game. We're gonna play this or that. So I have some prompts, and you either say this for the first one or that if you agree for that one.
This for what?
This for like, I'm gonna say like the first prompt, and you be like, I'm gonna be like, it's gonna be like,
Oh,
like night or day, and you'd be like, this will be, you like night better or night day better, so night will be this and then day will be that. Okay, so the first one I have is summer or winter for this and that. You're a summer. Really? I'm a winter person. I don't like the summer.
Thing is, I hate dressing for summer. I like dressing for winter better.
Yeah.
But I think summer vibes are just like so cool.
I just don't like the heat.
I hate the heat. I'd rather be cold and layer up. But like if I were to choose one for the rest of my life, I choose summer. Yeah.
Okay. For where the area we live in, are you a Ravens or are you a Commanders fan? Ravens fan?
Of course, you know this.
Yeah. Okay. Waffles or pancakes? I'm pancakes. Are you both?
I don't know. I can't.
Pancakes. What do you put on your pancakes? Is there anything?
Syrup. I just put
just syrup.
Oh no. Okay. Here's a tip for everyone. Chocolate chip pancakes.
Uh-huh.
Right when it comes off the pan, put more chocolate chips on top of it, and the chocolate chips melt, and then you spread them like it's like a chocolate spread.
Oh.
Gosh, I sound so weird right now.
No, that sounds good.
Caitlin, try it. It's one of the best things that's ever happened.
Okay. Noted. I will try. Are you sausage or bacon?
Oh, I can't really answer this question. I don't eat pork.
Oh yeah. So I guess
turkey bacon.
Turkey bacon.
No, turkey bacon.
Or like turkey sausage too.
Bacon.
I guess anything like that.
Bacon.
Turkey bacon. Okay. Do you like potatoes or sweet potatoes? This one's kind of interesting. I honestly don't know because I feel like they're very different, but both are good. I feel like I like potatoes better.
Yeah, I think potatoes.
Potatoes
Sweet potatoes are like, they're good, but I feel like you just have more with potatoes.
Yeah, you can do more things with sweet potatoes. You just...
like steak and potato.
Yeah.
I don't know. That's the most generic answer.
Okay, are you an iced coffee or hot coffee? I am 100% iced. Or do you not drink iced coffee?
Yeah. I forgot which one you said first.
Iced coffee? Okay.
I don't drink much coffee. But...
Yeah, I don't drink much. I only go do it once in a while when I go out. But I'm like, I would never get hot coffee. Yeah. Even in the wintertime, it's good to be iced for me. Yeah. Okay. Do you like tacos or burritos? Like tacos. Like burritos? Really? Yeah, but fun fact, I've never had Taco Bell before.
I heard Taco Bell's not good though.
Have you had it?
No.
I've never had either.
But everyone just says it tastes like chemicals.
Oh.
Like, because they don't use real... I don't know. That's just what I've heard. Really? I heard it's not.
Yeah, but I like tacos. Okay.
Oh, but birria
tacos. No, birria tacos are so good.
They're so good. I don't know.
Is that like a cheat day meal for you?
No, that's an any day meal.
Any day.
I'll eat birria tacos any day.
Okay. Do you like onion rings or French fries? French fries, yeah. I don't eat onion rings, I feel like, that much. I feel like it's like less common these days. Okay. Are you a salsa or guac? Salsa, yeah. Salsa. Do you put salsa on your tacos or burritos? Or?
Yeah. Yeah.
Okay.
On my tacos, yeah. On my burritos, not much.
Not much?
Use sauce.
Okay, this one might be controversial, but are you Lamar Jackson or Jaden Daniels? Lamar Jackson?
Of course it's Lamar Jackson.
Yeah, but Jaden Daniels is good too.
He's good, but he's no Lamar Jackson.
That's true. Do you think tonight, Commanders versus Eagles, what is your prediction?
Oh. Is this Commanders and this is Eagle?
No, just in general. No, it's okay.
I think Commanders will pull it off.
You think you'll pull it off?
Yeah, I have to say that.
Do you play fantasy?
No. I just have people in my life who
Commanders fan.
Big Commanders fan.
I'm surprised. They're doing pretty well this season.
I know. I was ready to make fun of them again.
Yeah, same. But I guess Jaden Daniel came in clutch.
Yeah.
Well, thank you for coming. This was so much fun. So cool to hear your story. Yeah. If you like this video, please like and subscribe and follow the Busy Bee podcast on Instagram.